my name's Ian. Welcome to part 2 of this video on making a clone Titanic. If you're like me, you want to build the Lego Titanic but you haven't got 550 quid to spend, then this could be your answer. This is the alternative brand version, as you can see here. I'm about 7 evenings into building it. If you'd like to see how it's gone, what I found along the way, then stay tuned because it's coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I have finished phase 1 of my alternative brand Lego Titanic. It's gone really well, as you can see. The model is looking absolutely fantastic and I'm really impressed so far with how it's gone. But what I'm going to do in this video is just go over my thoughts, basically how it's gone, how the build's gone, what I found along the way, and yeah, anyone else who's buying this sort of clone brand of Titanic can get a rough idea of what to expect. So the first thing I found was that the instruction book that came with it, which was this one here, which if you remember in the last video I went over the instruction book, which is really good, except what I found was it's very small. So for example, if you look at these bits where it tells you what pieces that you're going to need, for me I just found them really small. Now I'm not saying it's impossible, obviously you can build it with these instructions no problem, if you've got good eyesight. But what I did find was that if you go onto the Lego website, you can actually download a PDF of the official Lego instructions, which I did, and then I can enlarge it and make it as big as I like, and I actually found that a lot easier, and the instructions are identical to these instructions, so they're basically both the same instructions. What I did find though was that the bags that I got were slightly different to what the bags are in the manual, the Lego manual. So for every 2 bags in the Lego instructions, that equated to 1 bag in this box. So 1 and 2 was 1, 2 and 3, or sorry, 3 and 4 was 2, etc, etc. So every time I built a bag full of pieces out of this kit, I was building effectively 2 bags from the Lego set. I found a few other random things as well, which is these bags, which were quite poorly labelled. I had to actually write on them myself because the numbers were that faint. I don't know if you can just about see the 8 there, but it's quite faint. So I wrote on the bags, and then there was this random bag in the box as well, which had some of the bigger pieces in, that was labelled number 1. So I had 2 bags labelled number 1, and this one just seemed to have odd pieces that were missing out of the other bags, mainly big pieces. But I've ended up with, the really strange thing is I've completely built the first phase of the ship, as you can see, and I've still got 2 bags left and that one. So I've ended up with a load of pieces left in that bag number 1, and I've also got a bag 7 and 8 which were in this box number 1. So that's not right. Now what I'm presuming is that these 2 bags are going to be the first 2 bags I need in the second stage. If they're not, I haven't actually opened it yet, so I don't know. We'll do that in a later video. But if they're not, I don't really know what these bags are for, because both of these bags were in, as I say, number 1, but number 1's finished. So they've got to be in the next stage, I presume. But again, so the bags are labelled a little bit randomly, but apart from that, they do actually work perfectly with the official Lego instructions. I didn't have any pieces missing, so I've not had any, and every time I've finished a bag, it's been spot on. The only thing I did have in the last 2 bags, I actually had 1 piece spare at the end. So I had a couple of extra pieces, but apart from that, it's actually been spot on. And the end result, oh, you can see for yourself. I mean, it looks absolutely magnificent, and it's all gone together really, really well. Um, you can tell it's not Lego, so it is different to Lego in the way that it goes together. It's actually, some of the pieces are quite tight to get together, especially when you're putting pieces on top of pieces. You have to have them lined up sort of really well for them, but once they're together, they're not coming apart. They're really, really tight, which is good. I have found a couple of loose pieces, especially around the base here. There's a couple of bits that they do tend to pop off if you're not careful, so I might end up sort of gluing a couple of these big pieces. It's mainly these big chunks at the bottom. They're quite loose, some of them, but I think if I maybe stuck a bit of glue on, they'd be fine. But I mean, once it's in position, if you don't touch it, they're fine. They're not that loose. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I'm very, very impressed. I mean, for the money I paid for this set compared to the Lego version, which, as I said in the last video, is £550. I mean, this for a couple of £100, you can't tell the difference. And it's gone together exactly the same as the official Lego version would. You can see here, even in the back, all the little details, the boilers and the beds, the pool. You know, it's all the same, and it looks the same. The colours look the same. As I say, for me, I don't see why I would want to spend £550 on a Lego version when I can get this for a couple of £100. This alternative brand version. Not sure Lego's going to be very happy with this, but and I don't know what the legal standpoint is, because it's obviously not being advertised as Lego in any way, shape or form. However, it is clearly identical to the Lego version, so not sure what the legal standpoint is on that, but yeah, so far so good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to plough on with box 2 next, see how that build goes. Again, I'm going to see whether these 2 extra bags I got left, I presume they're going to be part of the next stage, box 2. That will probably be bag 1 and bag 2, I presume. If not, I'm going to have a load of extra Lego left over, which I find a bit strange. So I'll let you know how that goes, and we'll see how the rest of it goes together. And I'll report back in the next video. But yeah, so far so good. Alternative brand Lego Titanic, looking good. So I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully we'll have stage 3 built. Stage 2 even. Stage 2 built, not stage 3. Okay, stay tuned and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I'm going to crack on with phase 2 now. Should take me about another 7 nights, and then I'll upload another part to the video. We'll see how that goes. I'm presuming it's going to be pretty much the same as this phase, and it should all go together pretty well. See whether those 2 random bags I had left over, whether I've still got them left over, or whether they are part of the next phase. So come back in a week or so, and hopefully we'll have 2/3 of the ship built, and we should have a bit more knowledge on how well this is going together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.